What if the house you moved into had once been connected to the dead and something never left? Could you endure that haunted house? If it meant being closer to the hospital for your son to get cancer treatment at? Tonight, we'll figure that out on the Ghosts and Ghouls podcast. Welcome. I'm your host, Tyler. And with me, I have the author of the best-selling novel, Monster Milking Farm, taking care of cryptids and other worldly monsters, but at what cost? My co-host, Anthony. How are the book sales?
I'm one of the buyers.
If you're new here, this is how this works. I'm going to read Anthony here a fictional horror story about some kind of ghost, ghoul, goblin, extraterrestrial, paranormal entity, cryptid, monster, cave-dwelling nightmare thing, where I've removed the names and replaced it with descriptions. Then he gets to guess and see what we're talking about this week. Then we'll go over its history and what we've now dubbed Run the Gauntlet, where Anthony will go through a choose-your-own adventure scenario and see if he can survive dealing with whatever we are talking about today.
Make sure to leave a like, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell for any notifications, stay updated for when we post. Follow us on our TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, as well as our Twitter. What we're doing up there, I have no clue. I'm the one who made that one. As well as we have links in the description. If you would like to support us, to our Patreon, where we post a day early, and we're including a new thing that is only Patreon exclusive, is Campfire Tales. And then as well as of course, like I said already, the day early podcast, uncut, unedited, and has a lot of our jokes, technical issues, and just everything that we just threw up there. So, and then as well as to our Buzzsprout, where you could get just the audio version. So if you would like to
support it directly.
Yeah. Oh,
There's
yeah.
a support button there.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, there's a support button on Buzzsprout now. Just click it. Give us money.
We would very much appreciate it. And absolutely. And then the Campfire Tales, is it just
Patreon exclusive? It's $1. If you want more of this, go get it.
We can't cuss.
Why?
We can't cuss.
Just bleep me out.
No. All right.
I'm gonna start just like
Start.
You can get all our swear words on Patreon.
You can see what he just did on Patreon. So, but yeah, absolutely. I believe that's. And then if you just want to listen to just our audio, Buzzsprout is an option. However, we're on everything. So wherever you listen to your podcast, we're up there. And then that's it. That's all
Apple,
I got.
Spotify, Amazon,
I don't think
YouTube. Sorry, I got stuck in a loop there. Oh, that might be another thing too. Our email's in the description. If you want to send us, your scary stories, we'd love to read them. Possibly read them on here.
Mm-hmm. Or even real encounters that you guys had.
Yeah.
That would be very, especially on any kind of creature or the creature that we had talked about on a certain episode. Yeah. That would be pretty sick, actually.
It would be cool. Oh, we're going to keep thanking him. Master Harper. We call you Master for a reason. You're the best.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Our Patreon member. Little Prodigy's in there as a free one too, but just a follower.
Why are you getting on me about that?
I'm just playing. All right. So you got a little teaser at the beginning.
What did you say? Oh, it's haunting. Would you move into a house?
What if the house you moved into had once been connected to the dead and something never left? Could you endure that? Could you endure that haunted house if it meant your kid could be closer to the hospital for its cancer treatment?
No. So anyway, I think
So do you know what we're talking about?
No, absolutely not.
You don't know the...
I've never heard of a ghost or anything that's like near a hospital or whatever, or has been directly linked to...
a house near a hospital?
Yeah, with a haunting. That's like linked to the house. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard anything about that.
Well, let's get into it. You ready?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay. This story is called The Dead Behind the Walls. The house looked ordinary in the daylight. White siding, narrow windows, a modest yard bordered by old maples. Yet, Daniel Foster felt uneasy the moment he crossed that threshold. He had rented the house for a month while researching famous American hauntings. The property had long been associated with one of the country's most controversial paranormal cases. According to the stories, a family who lived there decades earlier claimed they had experienced terrifying supernatural activity. Some said the house had once been connected to funeral services. Others disputed parts of the story entirely. Daniel wasn't interested in arguments. He wanted to spend time inside the house itself. The first few days passed quietly. Then he found the room in the basement. Hidden behind the shelves, stacked with dusty boxes, was a narrow wooden door. The room beyond was small and windowless. Rust stains marked the concrete floor. Metal hooks protruded from the ceiling. A drain sat in the center of the room. Daniel assumed it was some forgotten utility space. Yet the moment he entered, a wave of nausea struck him. The air smelled of chemicals and decay. Not strong, but just enough to linger. Enough to make him want to leave. That night, he dreamed of rows of bodies, not moving, not speaking, just lying beneath white sheets while unseen figures walked between them. When he woke, someone was standing beside his bed. A man, pale and thin. His face looked waxy, almost artificial, like skin stretched over mannequins. The figure stared silently. Daniel blinked, and the figure disappeared. The digital clock beside him read 3:12 a.m. The smell from the basement now filled his room. The activity began to intensify from there. Lights switched on by themselves, doors opened during the night, objects changed location. Daniel repeatedly found chairs turned towards his bedroom door as though someone had arranged them to watch him sleep. On the seventh night, he heard voices. At first, they sounded distant. Then they started to become clearer. The voices seemed to be coming from the hallway. A woman sobbing, a man whispering prayers, several people speaking simultaneously. Daniel opened the bedroom door. The hallway was empty. Yet, the voices continued. He followed them downstairs. Each step increased their volume. By the time he reached the basement door, dozens of voices overlapped. Some sounded frightened, others angry. One voice repeatedly muttered, "Prepare him." The moment Daniel opened the basement door, every voice stopped. The silence felt unnatural, as though something was waiting for him. The following evening, he noticed scratches on his neck, 3 long marks, deep enough to bleed. He assumed he had scratched himself in his sleep, until more appeared, across his shoulder, chest, and his back. The wounds always appeared overnight, always in groups of 3. As the days passed, his mood began changing. He started to become irritable, short-tempered, exhausted. He found himself lashing out at friends on the phone for no reason. At times, he caught himself standing in rooms with no memory of how he got there. One afternoon, he discovered dozens of photographs on his camera, photographs he never remembered taking. Every image showed the same location, the basement room. Some had been taken in complete darkness, yet pale figures appeared in them nearly every frame, standing near the drain, watching the camera, watching him. Daniel told himself it was stress, nothing more. Then came the figure in black. He first saw it in the reflection of a mirror, a tall silhouette standing behind him, broad shoulders, long coat, no visible face, only darkness. When he turned around, nothing was there. Hours later, he saw it again, standing at the end of the hallway, motionless. The darkness around it seemed thicker than the darkness surrounding everything else. Daniel switched on every light in the house. The figure remained, watching. He blinked, and the figure vanished. The next morning, he packed his bags and he intended to leave. But before departing, he decided to inspect the basement one more time. That hidden room stood open. The smell of chemicals poured from within. Daniel stepped inside. Something had changed. Words now covered the walls. Thousands of scratches, names, dates, fragments of prayers, some carved deeply, others barely visible. At the center of the room was a phrase scratched repeatedly into the concrete. "He's not gone. He's not gone. He's not gone." Daniel's flashlight began to flicker. The temperature dropped instantly. His breath became visible. A sound emerged behind him. Slow footsteps. He turned. Several figures stood in the doorway. Men, women, all pale, all silent. Their faces looking wrong. The skin seemed frozen in expressions of grief, like mourners trapped in the moment of a funeral. More figures emerged behind them. Then more. Then The room began filling with motionless people, dozens, hundreds. Their eyes remained fixed upon him, and none of them spoke, until one stepped forward. A tall man dressed in dark clothing. His face appeared partially rotten beneath the waxy skin. His mouth opened. The voice that emerged sounded like many voices speaking together. "We remember this place." The figure advanced. Daniel tried to run. He reached the stairs and slammed the basement door behind him. The entire house erupted, footsteps thundering overhead, doors slamming repeatedly, glass shattered somewhere upstairs. Voices screamed from every room simultaneously. The walls shook, pictures crashed to the floor. Daniel sprinted towards the front entrance. Before reaching it, he glanced down the hallway. The black figure stood there, closer than ever before. Its face remained hidden within the darkness, yet Daniel somehow knew it was smiling. The hallway lights burst one by one. Darkness swallowed the figure. The final bulb exploded and the house went completely black. Daniel reached the door and escaped. He never returned. Months later, workers renovating that part of the property reported hearing voices in empty rooms. One claimed to smell funeral chemicals in a sealed basement. Another refused to enter after seeing a pale man standing at the end of the hallway. No evidence was ever found, no proof, no answers, only stories. Yet Daniel still awakes at exactly 3:12 every morning. And sometimes before opening his eyes, he hears a crowd gathered around his bed, not speaking, not moving, simply standing there, waiting for him to look.
No, I have no clue what this is.
No clue?
No clue. I've never heard this before. Is this based off of a movie?
No,
did a movie come
Yeah,
from
there is a movie about this.
Okay, that's what I meant to say.
But not about Daniel.
Not about...
Not about Daniel.
No, yeah. I'm saying
Yeah.
a movie actually was made based off of this.
Based off of this haunting.
No, I don't know. I don't think I've even seen the movie. I can guarantee you I haven't seen the movie.
Have you
It's
ever...
gonna be crazy if it's Paranormal Activity.
That would be fucked if I did that. This
So
is
no.
Scary Movie 4. No. This is what is known as a haunting in Connecticut.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
So, it is...
Our haunting is special. It's
Yeah.
the only one in Connecticut.
So, this is the haunting of the Snedeker family.
Okay.
So, the Snedeker family were like any other middle-class American family. They were comprised of Carmen Reed, the wife, her husband Alan, and their 4 children, Philip, Bradley, Alan Jr., and Jennifer. Carmen's niece, Tammy, also lived with the family. At a young age, Philip was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, a type of cancer that affects the body's lymphatic system. Because of his diagnosis, the Snedeker family often had to travel long distances from their home to the Yukon hospital for treatment. Eventually, they felt it would be easier if they just moved closer to the hospital.
Okay.
So the search began, and they began looking for a large home enough for 6 people. It's a lot of house. And they looked for a while, and soon they found what they were looking for at 208 Meriden Avenue.
Sick.
The 5-bedroom, 2-bathroom home provided plenty of space for the family, and so on June 30th of 1986, the Snedekers signed a lease and moved into the home. The move-in process seemed seamless for the Snedekers. The children picked their bedrooms with minimal arguments, and the family loaded their belongings into the house smoothly. Everything seemed normal until Carmen made a disturbing discovery in the home's basement. Laying among the dusty boxes and old furniture were funerary items. The family claimed that the basement had embalming equipment and other materials necessary to run a mortuary. According to a 2002 documentary about the case, A Haunting in Connecticut, Carmen stated that she had no idea that the home had once been a funeral parlor. When she toured the home, Carmen said that she was unable to enter the basement because renovators had blocked the doorway with materials. Carmen confirmed that the house was once a funeral home by contacting Daryl Kern, the home's owner. Kern stated that the property was once the Holohan Funeral Home and had been in operation for decades. Though he claimed that he told the family about this before they moved in, as per a 1992 piece in the Hartford Courant. So in the paper. This disturbing fact did not stop these creepy little shitheads. Philip and Bradley Where did they want to sleep?
Don't tell me they said, "Oh, we want to sleep in the basement."
They claimed the basement as their own. As the oldest Snedeker children, Philip and Bradley wanted the private space to their own, and the basement was spacious compared to the smaller rooms on the upper floors, so Philip and Bradley reportedly slept in the casket display room down the hall from the embalming room.
That's crazy.
So, in addition to mortuary equipment, the Snedekers also found images of deceased people on the property. According to Chasing the Frog, Carmen Snedeker said there were a couple of photos in the home, but there were many toe tags and head tags. There were other personal items of the deceased. So, right? It's just a layer of like, dude, you can't.
I see why this was such a big thing in Connecticut.
Yeah. So, starts the paranormal activity. The most horrifying aspects of the story dealt with intense and often violent interactions the Snedeker said they have with the paranormal. The paranormal activity in the home started the night the family moved into the home and targeted Philip more than any other family member. Quote, "My son started seeing this young man with long black hair down all the way to his hips," Carmen stated to People. Quote, "He would talk to my son every day. Sometimes he would threaten him. Other times he would stand there and just say his name, which was enough to scare him." End quote. However, the spooky happenings slowly spread to other family members and escalated in intensity. Carmen claimed while mopping the floor, the water turned to blood and gave off an acrid smell reminiscent of rotting flesh. Quote, "The mop water was blood red. And I mean a deep, deep red. It made my skin crawl. I started getting nervous that I was ruining the floor." End quote, Carmen said in the 2002 documentary. The most shocking was the claim from both Carmen and Alan that unknown forces had SA'd and sodomized them.
SA'd?
They got SA'd and sodomized.
What is that? Sodomized?
You don't know what sodomy is? That's butt stuff.
Oh. Without consent.
Yeah, Alan got butt stuff done to him. He got pegged.
By ghosts.
By ghosts.
Huh. You know?
So this is kind of the part that gets me though, right? So they said this, but they're like, Philip was the real target. Like, what was happening to Philip? Poor Philip. All right, I'm gonna tell you what was happening to Philip. So, obviously, the activity really focused on him. The Snedekers started to worry about when Philip's personality began to change. He became irritable and reckless, often inflicting cruel punishments on his younger siblings. On one occasion, Philip placed Bradley onto a gurney and spun him around until the younger boy begged him to stop. He also locked his brother in a chest and walked away for a while. The worst incident came when Philip attacked his cousin. Tammy, poor Tammy, was consequently forced to spend 45 days in the hospital. Doctors eventually diagnosed Philip with schizophrenia after he told them about the entities he saw regularly, but they noted that the medication he was on to treat his cancer could not have given him hallucinations or triggered any dormant schizophrenic illness. The Snedeker family decided it was best to send Philip to live with relatives, and reportedly, Philip stopped hearing voices and seeing spirits when he left the home for a while. But that didn't stop Carmen. She's convinced that her house is haunted. And they are poking butts in there. They are doing all sorts of crazy stuff.
This is probably what Scary Movie 2 had did.
Probably.
They were like, they heard this story and they're like, there's no way.
So they start reaching out, and guess who they find?
Don't tell me, is it Ed and Lorraine Warren?
Ed and Lorraine Warren. Bam, bam, bam.
So you got fucked by a ghost, huh?
God. I'm Ed Warren. Have you ever been fucked by a ghost? Call me.
Lorraine with her clairvoyance is like, oh God!
Oh God! Why? Why is it so big? It's entering you! It's entering you! So, come enter the Warrens.
Okay.
The Warrens determined that the Snedeker house was more than just haunted, it was possessed. The whole house possessed. Their investigation revealed that the funeral home may have been the site of necrophilic acts by a former worker, potentially triggering the dark energy from within the house. This was believed to have invited demonic entities into the home, tormenting the Snedeker family. So, if you go back and you listen to any of Ghosts and Ghouls, right? For a lot of our stuff, we have found what is the cardinal sin that'll turn you into most monsters?
Oh, definitely cannibalism.
Cannibalism.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the second worst thing you could do to a body besides eating it?
Yeah. Actually, that's probably the first most thing.
I'm going to go on a side tangent here. Okay. There is an episode of Always Sunny, right?
Yeah.
Where Frank is tired of the gang eating his sandwiches. So he tells them he's fed them human meat. And now they got the hunger. So they go to a mortuary with a hot plate. And they're like, hey, how much do we have to pay to get like an hour alone with one of these cadavers? And the guy's like, I give you the same deal I give everybody. It's $100 an hour, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, but I've never seen two people bang one of these stiffs like at one time. Like that's kind of crazy, right? So he's letting people go into the morgue to have sex with the bodies. And they're like, what? No, we're not here to have sex with this thing. We're here to, he's like, no, it's cool. Like, I like yogurt in my mouth and a popsicle stick up my butt. Like, it's cool, man. Like, I'm not into what you're into. They're like, we're here to eat a body, not fuck it.
So, if anything, I would have to say
necrophilia is worse?
Necrophilia is probably the top thing. Like, that's the one crime that is never mentioned.
That's rough.
No, think about it.
I mean, I agree with you.
It's like,
but if you do it, you're like you're Jeffrey Dahmer. He was doing it all.
No, I don't think he.
No, yeah, he was fucking the bodies.
Oh, he was,
and then eating them.
I thought he was just eating them. I was about to say he's a monster.
He
but
would drill holes into their head and pour acid onto their brain and like.
Oh, he was like experimental.
Oh yeah. He was gross. He was gross.
So,
Have you not watched the Netflix series, Donna?
Not the documentary or anything about it. I just knew he ate bodies and that's it.
No, you
I
need to
didn't
watch
know
the Netflix show. It was really good.
Never mind. He is a truer monster than I thought.
Oh yeah, he was on his way to becoming the next like Chinoo, Wendigo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
If there was ever one, yeah.
So, accompanied by their nephew, John Zaffis, the Warrens spent several nights in the home, and Zaffis himself experienced sleep paralysis, further cementing that the Warrens' belief in the house's dark power was true. The situation in the Snedeker house continued to worsen, with reports of blood appearing in the mop water, the overwhelming stench of decaying flesh. These disturbances led the Warrens to seek help from the Catholic Church. 2 priests were sent to the house to bless it and perform a mass, and the activity persisted. Ed Warren suffered a mild heart attack during the proceedings, which he attributed to the malevolent spirits in the home. Ultimately, the Warrens arranged for a full exorcism, which they believed successfully cleared the house of its dark presence. So, this wouldn't be me without, once we get the Warrens involved.
It blew up.
It blew up. With the Snedekers' fantastical claims of violent paranormal experiences, some people doubted their validity. Can you believe them? The Snedeker family went public with their experiences prior to leaving the residence, and Daryl Kern noted that in 1992 in the Hartford Courant that the reported paranormal activity seemed to escalate when the family was behind on their rent. It's a scheme to make money, Kern said. Even the family's neighbor, Catherine Altimus, believed that the whole thing was a hoax. I think they had this planned right from when they moved in, she said to the newspaper piece. Altimus noted that the family always appeared jovial whenever they were outside, not acting like a terrified family. Friends of Philip even stated that they too didn't believe the story given his personality. He was a storyteller. He always had to be the center of attention, Jeffrey Pooler said to the Hartford Courant. 2 weeks prior to the Hollywood film's release in 2009, more people spoke out against the family's claims, including the new owner of the supposed haunted house. Quote, "We've lived in the house for 10 years. Our house is wonderful," Susan Trotta Smith, the owner of the house in 2009, told NBC Connecticut. "This is all Hollywood foolishness. The stories are ludicrous. But while people debate whether the story behind one of Hollywood's most spine-tingling horror films is true or not, the true story of the haunting of Connecticut and the Snedeker family has certainly solidified itself as one of the greatest ghost stories in American history.
What was the film?
A Haunting in Connecticut.
Oh, yeah, never
It was
seen
2009. It was pretty good.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
Okay, if I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah, this is totally fake. Totally fake, 100%. Like, they saw, like, the morgue part, I would say is 100% true, right?
Okay.
And they were like, ooh, you know what? This would go crazy. And probably during this time, if they were really good storytellers, they would know that Ed, Lorraine, Warren were they were getting exposure, you know?
And so that's, when I was doing my research, that was the time frame that happened, because they had already done the Annabelle doll, they had already done Amityville,
and I'm like,
then they hit this.
It's kind of like, oh, if you get exposed to them in this kind of community, it's like, oh, you got popularity, you got money now, you know what I'm saying? And they were treating their kid, right, to the hospital. They were behind on rents, and it's like, they needed money.
And that was kind of my outlook on a haunting, like the story itself.
I was like,
did they experience some paranormal stuff? They might have.
Yeah.
But was it to the point of being sodomized by a ghost?
Thinking about it,
so.
I don't think you.
When I read that, all I could think of is this is the end where the devil climbs on top of Jonah Hill.
Oh my gosh.
That's the only thing I could think of.
That's not how it would go.
That's not how sodomy from an evil spirit would go. How would sodomy from an evil spirit go?
It would just be it would just be a transparent person, their soul
just laying in you,
just working hard in the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? It is what it. Now, if they hadn't said all that, right? If they haven't said any of those encounters, it would have been like, okay, this is kind of believable. And they're like, no, we got sexually assaulted by ghosts. It's like, because you're next to a hospital where there could be deaths, you're living in a morgue, and then you say, oh yeah, there's paranormal hauntings. That's believable. But then you go into detail about even the
bucket of blood, even
there's a line.
Seeing people, the shadow people, the hearing things, the knocking, the scratching,
Yes.
the this, the that. I could believe all of it.
Now the blood part is a little bit but everything else is there. I would say everything else is the green, and then that's the yellow, and then you have the red.
Yeah.
And there's oh, now you guys are just BSing. This is
and that was kind of the other thing too, is in terms of influence like that, I could see personality changes. I could see him being more aggressive. But
absolutely.
the kid also has lymphoma.
Yeah.
So he might just be having a bad day.
And now how dark and twisted if it is okay, we need you to start acting like this. They made the kid act like this and tell stories like this. And then it's okay, we need to up it up. So we need to send someone to the hospital.
That
was if the parents had did it, it's oh,
they're not.
I'm not making out.
Parents have done crazier shit for their kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, I also didn't read a lot into their cousin Tammy. She might have been kind of a troubled person. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or her and Philip just threw hands, and he was equal rights, equal fights, and just beat the hell out of her.
Well, are they siblings?
They were cousins. Tammy and Philip are cousins.
But I'm assuming they would grow up like siblings since they're moving around with each other, moving.
Maybe. I don't think Tammy was there for a very long time, but Tammy was there for a time. Yeah. So, you ready to run the gauntlet?
Yeah.
Do you want the?
Nah, I'll listen. I'll listen.
You're gonna listen to it?
Yeah, I'll listen to it.
You're an investigative journalist who's specialized in researching allegedly haunted locations. Most stories turn out to be exaggerations, misunderstandings, or local legends, but tonight is different. You've been granted permission to spend a night alone in the former home once occupied by the Snedeker family in Southington, Connecticut, a house made famous by reports of terrifying paranormal activity. The sun is setting as you pull in the driveway. The house looks ordinary. White siding, dark windows, a sagging porch, but something about it feels wrong. The house is like the house is watching you. Your equipment consists of a flashlight, camera, digital recorder, EMF meter, cell phone, and a sleeping bag. You step inside, the front door closes behind you with a loud bang. The sound echoes through the empty halls. As darkness settles outside, a strange odor shifts through the air. Rotting flowers, old earth, something else. Sour. Suddenly, your recorder crackles. A whisper emerges. Leave. Do you investigate the sound of the voice? Ignore it and set up your equipment? Search the basement? Or leave?
Leave.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I walked into a house and the door slams shut and my recorder goes, leave. Like, yep, all right. Ghost guys, it was nice seeing ya. Good on ya.
I don't need to be told twice about that.
Nah, I'm out. Audi 5000, 100%. That's probably the quickest turnaround we probably ever had. I'm gonna go take my money to the Motel 6. I'm gonna go see if there's a crackhead over there that'll sodomize me. I'm not getting got by a ghost. Like,
I'm good. I'm just like, you know what? I didn't even want to investigate this place. I'm good.
I'm good.
I heard the stories about you.
Yeah, right?
That's what I'd be saying when I'm walking. I was like, I heard things about you. I ain't about.
What if it's like that episode of the Boondocks where it's like, the booty is mine? Like,
Yeah.
I came for that booty. Like,
Yeah, I'm here for man.
Yeah.
But no, it would be like, you know how you do like found footage and stuff, and it's like investigations, and it crackles to one part, and then it crackles again,
Yeah.
and it's just like, no.
Oh my gosh. I feel like we could do such a fun parody movie of this where it's like, go in there, nope. And then like the next guy pulls up. Are you here for the nope? Okay, what? Okay, well, you're not staying? Nope. Okay, well, I'm gonna go in. And like found footage style. And he's just like, oh, you want me to leave, do you? And it's just like him kicking off his clothes, like taking off his shoes and his pants. He's like walking through the house, and all of a sudden he gets attacked, and the camera's on the floor, and you just see him like, oh.
Well, no, I can see it's when like they rip the clothes off, and it goes like this way, and it's just a thong or a speed. It's like, oh.
They rip it off, and he's got like the gimp, like leather strap thing on. He's got like the rings over his nipples. He's just like, ah!
You hear,
so forward. It's
you
like,
hear the
oh,
crackle.
no.
You hear the crackle in the videotape. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No. So, yeah, that's the haunting in Connecticut. That's the Snedeker family.
If you made it this far, please go ahead and share. Go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that bell for any notifications. Stay updated for when we post. Follow us on our other platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And then we have links in the description if you wish to support us to our Buzzsprout, for the audio version, to our Patreon day early, and our new Campfire Tales, as well as our Discord where you can join in. We're going to try to do book club. We're going to try to do some other stuff.
I just posted the book club thing today.
Oh, yeah. And then as well as movie ideas to watch up there, like watch parties. And then there was also a section to where you can actually tell your encounters or your own stories, or you can send it into our email, which is also in the link in the description. So we have multiple ways. And then that's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's it. Stay creepy, kids.
Ghosts and ghouls.
Sodomized by a ghost.